Holy crap. I was wrong, you guys. I didn't have much expectations for this at all. But the new Spider-Man Noir trailer has come out. It's safe to say that this looks insane. And I've been talking about Epstein for the last few days, and I decided to take a little bit of a break because once you go down that rabbit hole, it's hard to come back. It's hard to think about anything else. But I saw this trailer and I said, you know what, this looks cool enough to make a fucking video on. When I first heard that this was being made, I didn't believe it. I was like, is this real? First of all, it looked kind of, it just seemed like it gave me fan film vibes or stop motion effects vibes. I don't know why. And I was like, why would Sony and Marvel allow this to even occur? Isn't there like a rights dispute that would happen? I know Sony's now giving more of their stuff to Marvel, but Prime Video is getting this now? I don't know who owns who. This title is Spider Noir, not Spider-Man Noir, so clearly there must be some rights thing. I don't know much about Spider-Man Noir. The only thing I've seen of him is he was in that video game. Shattered Dimensions, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, kind of like a sequel to Web of Shadows, I think. He was in that. He looks damn cool. I know he has a cameo in the Spider-Verse films. I always thought that Spider-Man Noir is a very cool looking dude. You could say that my costume is partially inspired by him. If only my lens could stay in fucking place long enough for me to continue a video. Sorry. But this trailer has come out, and it looks like a cross between Moon Knight, Sin City, and Spider-Man. That's what it looks like. And that means awesomeness. Our first shot is of Nicolas Cage as Peter Parker. I can't take it seriously. I just can't believe it. Nicolas Cage is playing Peter Parker. An alternate version of Peter Parker, granted, in a noir world, but still, that exists in our reality. I can't believe I'm saying those words. This man's played Superman, Ghost Rider, and now Spider-Man. Like, insane. And this guy's range is insane. So we see a couple shots of Spider-Man Noir, Nicolas Cage spinning webs while on top of a car. I think this takes place, what, in the 40s, 30s, whatever it might be. We see him. And when I saw this shot, this is what made me think, is this real? A lot of people are saying this is fan-made. It looks very cheap. Now look, this is as a result of what programming has done to us. CGI and green screen and tons of money being bloated into a project has been the norm for superhero films. That's what's happened. So this has no real crazy CGI in some of these shots, with very specific lighting that shows off the practical costume. It looks cheap as a result of it, but that's more a factor of what we've come to be used to as a people, as fans. I do think the costume looks like what it's supposed to look like, personally. Yeah, it does come off cheap, but I don't mind that. The show itself looks fucking awesome. Look at these shots, the noir look. I'm a big fan of noir. Neo-noir, specifically. Drive, Nightcrawler, Sin City. That's the type of shit I'm into. And it looks like, stylistically, Spider-Man Noir is going into the right direction. Now, this is a Prime original. Prime Video, for me, is very hit or miss. I do like a lot of their shit. Some of their stuff can be meh, bad, like Lord of the Rings and some other stuff. But they have some shows that are really good. I have faith that, at least for a one-season watch, they'll do their jobs correctly. But that's one season. Who knows what could happen after that? We're going to get to what I mean. We get a couple shots of Nicolas Cage in some medic tent. I think he was a soldier in some flashbacks. He's also in an asylum in another flashback. It looks like he has a lot of traumatic memories of being experimented on as a soldier. Something to do with spiders, and he gets bit by a spider, and that's his origin story, you know what I'm saying? We get a couple cool alleyway shots. Looks beautiful. I love this look. I love it! It just looks very visually appealing. You know what I mean? But this character, wait, is he Peter Parker or Ben Reilly? I'm confused. What the hell is this? He's Ben Reilly? Okay, that makes sense too, because of copyright and just having the rights to characters. You can't use Peter Parker because Sony or Disney owns him. But I'm pretty sure Ben Reilly's also a character in the Spider-Verse films, which are owned by Sony. So none of this fucking shit makes sense. How were they able to make this? Do they have a deal with Sony I don't know about? I don't know. Regardless, he's a private investigator. Now we get a couple shots, and I had to censor this because I think those are breasts. But we get a couple shots of his traumatic memories and hallucinations and all this. We see the spider humanoid female with like spider limbs and 6 eyes or whatever, looking like a spider humanoid. Now, we don't know if this is actually a real creature. This is the one thing that sold me, and this is the one that caught my eye out of all the shots. I don't know if this is a creature or just a hallucination or a flashback he had of a hallucination of someone that was in that experimentation phase with him at the prison. Who knows? Then we get a couple shots of him in costume, having a drink after beating the shit out of people. We see Nicolas Cage starting to lose his mind, talking about getting plastered. Then we see him doing, he starts to look really goofy in these shots, and I actually like that. You know why? Because it gives me vibes of Green Hornet. I know there was a Green Hornet show with Bruce Lee, but I'm talking about the Green Hornet with Seth Rogen. You guys remember that? That came out in 2011. I love this movie. But it gives me those vibes, a goofy noir with a hat type vibes, where you're just a goofball. That's why I like Nicolas Cage in this role, because I don't want them to make him like Batman necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's noir, he's a dark Spider-Man. I like the fact that he's a bit of a schizo. He's a bit of a crazy person. Then we have a couple shots of him falling. We see the dark noir landscape behind him. I fucking love this. And again, this looks great, black and white. If you add color to it, it ruins the mystique. We get a couple shots of Nicolas Cage losing his mind again. Again, losing his mind. I don't know what's going on. This dude is going crazy in that medic tent. And then we see, with great power comes no responsibility. Okay. We see a man on fire. I have no idea what this means, but we see a man on fire. I'm assuming this dude has powers. Like, he's insanely durable. I'm assuming that we have a lot of people from Nicolas Cage's past who were part of that experimentation that he was a part of, turned into villains, if I had to guess. We see a shot of him standing on the rooftop like this, and again, people saw this with the lightning in the background, like, this looks cheap. But in motion, in the trailer, it actually looks really fucking good. We see again Nicolas Cage falling. This guy loves falling. Don't know why. I do think him falling, this is supposed to cut directly into the other shot of Spider-Man Noir falling when we see the landscape behind him. We see him fighting Electric Man, or whatever Noir's version of Electro would have been. Then we see the best part of this, which is Spider-Man Noir swinging across the city. And you know what? It looks really fucking good. It is CGI, but it's very good looking CGI, mostly because of the color scheme. Look at this. It looks pretty good, man. That looks pretty good, if I might say so myself. Now, we get to the end of the trailer. We see the title of the show. And then we see two ways to watch it. True hue, full color, or black and white. They should not give the option to do true full color at all, in my opinion. I think this looks way better black and white, personally. You even see the shots of the full hue version of the trailer. It looks like it doesn't look bad. It just looks like a normal show. It loses its mystique. The noir color scheme, black and white, is what makes Spider-Man Noir and his swinging and all the fight scenes look as cool as they do. I'm gonna be watching this in black and white. I'm color be damned. I think that looks really cool. That's a really good looking trailer, personally, if I might say so myself. I think one person said this on Reddit, and I actually really agreed with it. Wouldn't it be cool if it was in color, the most of the show, but every time he turns into Spider-Man Noir, everything goes black and white? Interesting. I prefer if the whole thing was just black and white. If you're gonna make it noir, keep it noir. Go all in. Now, let's talk about Prime Video. Will they ruin this? I'm not a big fan of Spider-Man Noir in the comics, so I don't know what ruining him would be, but in terms of making a show that's good, here's the deal. I think Prime Video is very, very good with first seasons. I've heard things about Fallout Season 2 being mixed. I've seen a bit of it. I like it. Love The Boys Season 1. I like The Boys' first 3 seasons just fine. I think it's starting to plateau a bit, but I still think it's a quality show. I like the first season of Reacher quite a bit too. When it comes to their big budget or big IP shows, besides Lord of the Rings, didn't like that. I didn't care for Wheel of Time that much either, personally. Didn't watch all of it, so there's not much I can even say about that stuff. But when it comes to first season, I think they're good. I think Prime does a pretty good job. I do think with any kind of show, when it goes on too long, it gets a bit bad, but we can't speak about it right now. We can only talk about the first season, and I think from what I've seen, the quality dip happens when we try to extend the show for too long, or when we try to do a lot of filler and set up for another season. That's the biggest issue with streaming platforms now that I've noticed. HBO has this problem. Apple TV has this problem. Even with shows I think are pretty good, like House of Dragon, Pluribus, right? House of Dragon Season 2 was a bit of a mess. Pluribus, even though I liked the first season, a lot of it was kind of disappointing because it was set up, right? I don't want that to be the case with Spider-Man Noir. If you are setting up a big mystery and all that, please, you don't need to solve all in the first season, but please have a good payoff in the finale. Don't make the finale a part 1 of the finale, which will happen in the first episode of Season 2. That's bullshit. I hate that about modern TV now. I hate it, especially when we have to wait 2 to 3 years in between shows. That's my biggest issue with it. That would be my biggest problem. And the other thing is, how much of this will be style over substance? The noir aesthetic, the way it's directed, the music, that can all be very appealing to someone like me, but will the story be good? Will the characters be fleshed out? It looks like Nicolas Cage is doing his damn thing in this role. It looks like they have the essence of this character right from the little I know. And it does look like a schizo, split personality, unearthed memories type plotline. Similar to Moon Knight, you know? With a bit of maybe some Jason Bourne type shit happening too, right? But in this noir world. But whatever the case may be, I am very interested. This is the thing that this is one of the few superhero projects that's really caught my eye. That's outside of the realm of like a huge Avengers thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really surprised they made a TV show on this with Nicolas Cage as the lead role. But you know what? Looks good to me. Looks fun. I can't wait for it personally. Let me know what you guys thought about that in the comments. Did you enjoy it? Maybe you were skeptical about it. If not, let me know. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.